More than 20 Hamas terrorists infiltrated the city of Ofakim in southern Israel on the morning of October 7th. Avi Chatuel heard crazy, insane gunfire outside of his home. Desperate to protect his wife and children, he opened the door of his home to go out and see what's happening. A few seconds later, he was shot by a squad of terrorists in front of his wife, Shoshana. Realizing they were surrounded by killers and monsters, Shoshana immediately locked the door, ran into her home, took her 3 children, and hid in a closet for 20 hours. She turned the air conditioner and lights off so that the terrorists would not know that there was anybody in the house. She did not tell her 3 children what just happened to their father, so as not to scare them. They didn't drink water for 20 hours, their mouths and hearts dry with fear, as all the time they heard the terrorists' quick footsteps on the roof of their home, as the killers were running and shouting and cursing in Arabic, sounds of gunfire and grenades exploding, screaming and hollering. She can hear the screaming of the 5 terrorists in the home of her next-door neighbor, the famous Rachel Edry from Ofakim, who baked cookies for the 5 killers who came into her home and thus saved her and her husband. When the army finally came to the rescue, Avram's body was not present. He was missing for 10 days, after which his family was given the sad news that he had been murdered in front of his home. Avram was 52, left over his wife Shoshana and their 3 children, ages 22, 15, and 14. The next chapter of the story I heard from the person himself. Yaakov Aamar at the time was a 21-year-old, handsome, refined, sweet, charming, and shy Israeli soldier serving in Ofakim. He told me I passed the tent where the Chatuel family was sitting Shiva, and my heart was nudging me to go in. More than 50 Jews were slain in Ofakim. Many families were sitting Shiva. I'm not sure why my heart was telling me to visit this particular family, but as I walked by their home, I felt like this magnetic pull come into this home. The problem is I am shy and bashful by nature. I didn't feel comfortable going to a home and sitting with people I don't know in such a vulnerable space. So I hung around outside. I hesitated and I left. But the next day I returned, hoping maybe this time I'll find the courage to come in. The widow noticed me, and she invited me into the home. Yaakov tells me I entered, I sat down, I chatted with the family. I spoke about my faith in the eternity of the soul. I spoke about the fact that their father and husband was killed only because he was a Jew, which means that the soul finds itself in the highest and deepest spiritual, divine, heavenly bliss. I offered my condolences, I bid farewell, and I left their home. The widow, who shared with me the story as well, tells me I saw him leaving, and as he left the house, a thought dawned on me. I like this guy. Who knows? Maybe he can be the right one for my oldest daughter, my 22-year-old Bat El, who's grieving for her father who was just murdered. So she sent a neighbor to follow him to get his contact and to invite him back to the home. The next day, he returned to their home. As the widow saw him come in, she asked her daughter Batel to go prepare a chavita, an omelet for this visiting soldier. So her daughter prepared an omelet and they both sat and talked over the egg. I met Yaakov a few weeks ago at a special Shabbaton for widows and orphans and bereaved families from Israel, organized by Menucha and Yeshua. Yaakov was standing near Bat El, her siblings, and her mother Shoshana. He turns to me, and with a bashful yet glowing twinkle in his eye, he tells me, "We will soon be getting married." Divine providence orchestrates every move, every moment, every experience in our lives. Even as life offers us serious challenges, profound loss and pain, God is still holding our hands and sending us angels to embrace us and remind us that we are never, ever alone. Happy Hanukkah.